Hola. Well, I've been told to change my greeting, but I like it. It's kind of like super sweet, super nice, romantic. That language just resonates with me. So, hola, 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 ¿cómo estás? Bonjour. Uh, so, anyway, I haven't done a lot of talking in a long time because um, I'm still trying to understand what's going on in the new media, all the reels, the content, and, everyone's just putting everything out there. And I don't want it to be perceived as that. So I kind of decided to, back off a little bit. And full disclosure, disclaimer, this is not for real or for content or anything. This is just me trying to talk to you guys like I usually do. And so this morning, as I was taking my walk, something was coming, kept coming consistently back to me. And it's something about, I guess that's why probably even my thoughts right now are about languages. And I was thinking about accents, the fact that I think accents are environmental. And I was thinking, I said, well, if you listened to me 20 years ago, 30 years ago in another medium, you're probably wondering, hey, what happened to her? And I'm wondering what happened to myself as well, because do you call it acculturation? Do you call it adapting to your environment or whatever it is? Sometimes it's really subtle, really, really subtle, but you find yourself, kind of changing. So what do you think about accents? Because a lot of times you say, where's that accent from? And it sounds like such a labeling thing or such a stereotypical thing. And I'm thinking, okay, has my accent evolved and what am I? And sometimes like, is she trying to sound different? I don't even know myself because I sound weird to myself sometimes. But I have found that over the period, some things are changing in my lexicon, right? I do remember, I had a problem with people understanding the difference between, a queue and a line. I remember I asked someone, excuse me, are you in queue? And the person looked at me like I was one big screen TV on freeze. And then eventually when somebody nudged me and said, say line. And I said, excuse me, are you in line? And it was as if I said the magic word. And sometimes I can't get the difference between a napkin, a tissue, a serviette. I get all mixed up. And sometimes I can't understand why I have to do those contraction words, gonna, and gonna do it, and nobody. So that's just me, and I'm thinking, what is evolving about me over the years? Is it the age? Hey, can you see my gray hair? Don't see it yet, don't go there. Or is it my infiltration into the culture? Or do you think I'm trying to adapt? Or sometimes I'm speaking and I hear huh. You don't want to be like my Siri, because my Siri, when I say hey Siri, Siri says huh, and I'm wondering, hey, what's this? So I guess that's the conversation I want to have about accents. Do you think people's accent change because, or do you think there's something typical? For instance, if I get back to my base 30 years ago, are they going to notice that something has changed about my presentation or my spoken words? Because one more thing I remember in school, and if you can relate to this, let me know. I remember we had this, I guess this was our house mistress, right? And then she came back and we had a big thing about water and water. And she'll say, water. And we'll say, no, ma'am, it's water. Water, like meaning water. Oh, me. And she'll say, no. And then I had this other teacher from I guess it was Ghanaian, and he will say something about bucket. Bring your bucket. And we're like, bucket. So fast forward to today, and sometimes I make some pronunciations and people are like, no, it is not this way. It is not supposed to be center. It's center. Things like that. So it just goes back to the argument I'm trying to make, that your accent is just your environmental influence. Whatever environmental influence has on your language, subtly it'll begin to build up. So for instance, you can know someone is Australian or Nigerian with a twist, or New York with or wherever they're coming from, just by the way they speak. So that's just one of the dynamics of our languages. One other thing I'm going to talk about again is color. So hey, let me know if you enjoy this. I hope it wasn't too long, but okay. So that's my conversation on accent. Ndewon. Eshe. Sanudo Aiki. And this language is just beautiful. Au revoir. Hasta la vista.